The story of Dragon Ball is perhaps one that will never truly end. But what if it did? What would happen to our hero Goku? This is the story I have for you today. The story of Dragon Ball's end and Goku's life beyond the grave. Before we begin, a quick word from our sponsor, Manscaped.
Hello, my adoring public. It's the champ here, Mr. Satan. Oh, yeah! Now, everybody knows that being hairy automatically makes you more manly, but even the manliest men need tools to manage all that musk and untamed jungle. That's where Manscaped comes in. Manscaped offers the best tools for the big three odor zones, your body, butt, and your balls. And they've hooked us up with a bunch of stuff from their all-in-one Performance Package 4.0. Let's check it out! Oh, this looks clean. This is the Lawnmower 4.0 body trimmer. It's waterproof with advanced skin-safe technology, meaning you won't risk cutting yourself in your most tender areas. Now let's talk about two products that'll keep your quail eggs fresh all day. Put on some Crop Preserver ball deodorant after a shower. And whenever you need to quickly refresh, apply the Crop Reviver Aloe Vera Spritz. Now that's luxury, baby! Manscaped doesn't just have you covered below the waist. This is their Weed Whacker. It's a wireless nose trimmer with the same skin-safe technology as your body trimmer. For a limited time, you get all this plus 2 free gifts, the Shed Travel Bag and the Manscaped Anti-Chafing Boxer Briefs.
Get 20% off plus free shipping and 2 free gifts with my promo code RisingFist at manscaped.com/risingfist. I use Manscaped myself, and trust me when I say, the ladies will thank you for keeping your bush well maintained.
Goku, where are we going?
You'll see. It isn't far.
I can't believe it.
Grandma! Grandpa Goku! You made it just in time!
I had my doubts, but good job keeping your mouth shut, Goten.
Hey, what's that supposed to mean? Happy birthday, Mom!
Goten, you gotta be more gentle!
Yes, happy birthday. So, when do we eat?
Oh, Vegeta, isn't that just the sweetest thing?
Oh, Goku, tonight has been truly wonderful. All of us together this way, it's all I've ever wanted. Listen, I know I can be a nag, and maybe you feel like you'd rather not have me around.
You're wrong, Chi-Chi. Because of you, we have 2 wonderful sons who know what's truly worth fighting for in life. I know I haven't always been there when you needed me, but you've always been there for all of us.
Goku.
There's no one I'd rather be with, in this life or the next. I love you, Chi-Chi.
And I love you, Goku. I always will.
Chi-Chi would soon pass away, and years later, Goku's time would come as well.
All done. Not too bad if I do say so myself. I have a really good feeling about this year's crop, Chi-Chi. Your old Goku finally got it right. Well, better late than never. It's funny how something that isn't training can be so satisfying. Well, I guess you've always known that. Vegeta? Wow! Is that really you? It's been a while, hasn't it?
Hello, Kakarot. Indeed, it has been quite some time.
With you as our god of destruction, things have been so peaceful. I kinda miss the chaos of the old days. But tell me, what brings you here after all this time?
The truth is, Kakarot, I'm afraid this isn't a social visit. I've sensed your life force fading for a while now. I believe your life in this realm is coming to an end. I am sorry.
Yeah, that sounds about right. I've gotten old, haven't I? Don't give me that look, Vegeta. If you ask me, I don't know how else I'd have it. Although, do me a favor, would you? I want you to give this body a proper send-off. How about a little sparring? For old time's sake.
Kakarot. It would be my honor.
Yeah, this spot'll do just fine.
Well, it's not a planet, but it'll do, I suppose.
I haven't been this excited in a long time. Don't disappoint me, Vegeta.
Careful, Kakarot. Bravado's fine, but only if you can back it up.
That was one for the books, wasn't it, Vegeta?
Yes, Kakarot. It was a fine battle.
I'm surprised you had to try so hard to beat an old man.
What was that? I'll see you in the next life, old friend.
You know, I gotta say, my life on Earth was pretty amazing, King Kai. I've gone head to head with some of the strongest beings in the multiverse. I didn't always win, but I sure gave it my best. Some of them were rotten to the core and couldn't be reasoned with. They were monsters who only knew how to destroy. Others started off as enemies, but became lifelong friends. Friends who have helped me through so much. What about your teachers, Sure, they were important too. Of course, King Kai. I never would have gotten this far without you. I owe you a lot. Aw, shucks. Listen, Goku. I was kind of banking on you to come here right after you died. And as usual, I was right. I've made some arrangements for some very special people to come by. So as you might have noticed, I dialed the gravity of the planet back a bit. Special people? No. Okay, well, who are they? You'll find out in a minute. Why don't you go change into your regular outfit? I got a spare inside the house. Now this feels way better.
Goku? Oh, Goku. I'm so happy you're finally here.
My dear boy, it's been far too long.
Grandpa! Chi-Chi! I've missed you both so much.
Goku?
Yeah, Chi-Chi?
Why do you look like an old man?
Well, you see, dear.
Goku, the usual rule is to have your body in the afterlife look as it did when you died. However, given that you've literally saved the universe more times than I can count, I have special permission to give you and your family your normal bodies.
Normal? Oh, you mean how I looked the last time I was dead? Well, the thing is, this is my normal body. I've gotten pretty used to it.
I see. Well, fair enough. If you change your mind, the offer's still open.
Thanks, King Yama. You're the best.
Your beautiful wife is not gonna spend the rest of eternity with a wrinkly old man. You march right back there and get your younger body back. You hear me?
Sure, Chi-Chi. I'll do it later. Oh boy. Considering how long it took for him to wish me back to life, later can mean a long time.
There's nothing wrong with a few wrinkles. I think it makes a man look distinguished.
King Kai, thank you for inviting my family here. It was the best surprise a guy could hope for. You're welcome, Goku. But these aren't the people I was telling you about. Have you ever wanted to meet your real parents? King Kai, I honestly don't remember them at all. I guess Raditz knew them, but you know what happened with him. I can't imagine what I'd say if I ever got to meet him. Well, Goku, you don't have to imagine anything. I pulled some strings, seeing as I'm a god and all, and I managed to get them their bodies back. In fact, here they come right now.
Hey! You can't just say something like that and leave! Get back here so I can shove my boot up your...
Bardock, don't get so worked up. We just got our bodies back.
Excuse me. Greetings. My name is King Kai, and I am the god of this planet. I am also the one who got you your physical bodies back. No need to thank me. And this is your son, Goku.
Goku?
That's not our son's name.
Sure, he looks a little like me, but this is clearly a mistake. He doesn't even have a tail.
Well, most people call me Goku. That's true. But some people call me by my Saiyan name, Kakarot. Like my friend Vegeta.
Vegeta? As in the Saiyan Prince Vegeta?
Well, I must say I'm impressed. If you're hanging around with the prince, you haven't done half bad. Judging by your outfit, you must be a part of his tech support team. You must be a pretty brilliant scientist.
Yeah! I'll have you know that this is a martial arts gi. I'm not a scientist. I'm a fighter.
A fighter? Well, I don't know a single fighter worth a damn who carries such a soft expression on his face. Still, you've piqued my interest. How about we go a couple rounds?
There you go again, thinking with your fists. What if he is our son? You could hurt him.
If he's our son, he should at least be able to hold his own, even if he is an old man.
Excuse me. Ma'am, don't worry. I'll be alright. Fighting is what I do best.
Ma'am, you don't remember us at all, do you?
Goku might have been old enough to remember his parents when I found him, but he suffered a serious injury to the head. Miraculously, he survived, and he went on to become the kind-hearted person he is today.
So then, shall we get started, Goku?
Fine by me. I'll start us off slow to see what level you're at. I don't want you to tap out too quickly now.
Why you? Don't hold anything back. I want your full strength, nothing less.
My best? Well, I'm certain you can't take it. But at the very least, I can show you. Why not?
I got a little nervous there for a second. I almost thought that you were Super Saiyan. But after that big light show, you don't look any different at all.
However, that look on your face is much more befitting of a Saiyan warrior. I'm excited, Kakarot.
Show me what you got!
Need a hand?
Huh? His hand? It's rough and calloused. This isn't someone who's had an easy life. Maybe I've misjudged him.
That's a pretty aggressive charge you got there. Reminds me of someone I know.
Bardock, are you all right?
He's fine. Our bodies here are much more resilient than our living ones were. He should be able to stand. This energy. It seems so familiar. I remember them. These are my... You sent me away all those years ago. You said you'd come for me, but Planet Vegeta was destroyed, so you never... You did it to protect me.
Don't forget us, Kakarot. We'll see you soon.
You do whatever it takes to survive, son.
My Kakarot. It really is you.
Oh, Goku.
This man, he has a Saiyan's passion for combat, yet he doesn't fight to kill. It's completely contradictory, and yet, his strength is something I've never felt before. His restraint and his gentleness, it's something I've only ever seen in Gine. He's the sum of our parts. He is our son, our Kakarot. It really is you, my son. Seems that we have a lot to catch up on. Well, I'm sure we'll have all the time we need. This is your mother, Gine. My name is Bardock.
Bardock begins daily training with Goku, and after a while...
There's no question you're strong enough to do this. Believe me, you're almost there. Let's try this again. You need to focus on your emotions. Let them rise to the surface. That's the only way you're going to break through. That's it! You're doing it! Push through!
Damn it! Why can't I focus? What? Damn it all! This is so stupid!
You were closer than ever that time. Remember, it's not just about working yourself up. Strong emotions will get you to the door, but to break through and control what's on the other side, you need to find the calm in the storm.
How am I supposed to concentrate? My own son looks like a damn fossil and is always at the corner of my eye.
What are you saying? You think that's the problem?
Yes!
Honestly, Kakarot, it's about time you take up Yema's offer to get your younger body back. I really didn't care at first, but if I'm going to be my son's student for the foreseeable future, I'd prefer if he didn't look like a wrinkly old prune.
Ah, come on. It's not that bad. I just look old. This body works just fine. In fact, it works great.
I'm your father, and I'm telling you to get it done!
Yes, sir!
Kakarot, while you're over there, don't forget about my request, all right? We've talked about this. This is important to both of us, not just me. Get it done.
Yeah, sure. Don't worry about it. Yema owes me big time for saving the universe over the years. Leave it to me. Honestly, I think it's about time too.
Goku, how have you been doing? I can only think of one reason you'd visit me, and it's definitely not to see a friend. Haha.
Oh, come on, King Yema. It hasn't been that long, has it?
Goku, it's been 2 years and 15 days since you arrived here in Otherworld.
Really? Gosh, a guy can really lose track of time up here, huh? But you're right, and I'm here to take you up on your offer. I'd like to have my younger body back.
I'm glad you've made up your mind, Goku. I've been getting too many calls from that wife of yours about this, so I'm glad I can finally get this off my plate.
Yep, that's my Chi-Chi. She can be pretty persistent when she gets onto something.
You're telling me? Give me a second, Goku. I know it's here somewhere. Ah, here it is. This body was modeled after the way you looked when you previously lived here. You won't feel too different for the most part, but I guarantee you'll be able to access all your power with this new body. Go on, Goku. Grab hold of it.
All right then. Here goes. Whoa! Well, would you look at that? No more wrinkles. And come to think of it, I do feel a little lighter. Whatever. As long as the family's happy, I guess.
Oh, trust me, Goku. You look good. But, there is something I would ask of you.
Oh, all right. Well, spit it out. What is it?
Well, as you know, only souls that have achieved great and heroic deeds in their lives have the privilege of keeping their bodies in the afterlife. This privilege is often afforded to very powerful fighters, many of which you have met in your time here. However, there is a flip side to granting this great reward. We have found that in rare cases, the hearts of these heroes can change over time. Some of these individuals have caused great harm to the good citizens of Otherworld. That is where you come in, Goku. I would have you be our go-to man to deal with such cases. Your job would be to apprehend these individuals before they can cause harm, so that they can be appropriately sent to hell. So what do you think, Goku? You get to fight strong guys? This is right up your alley.
Well, you're right about that. Count me in. But I'd like to ask you for a couple favors myself.
Sure, Goku. What did you have in mind?
Well, first, I'd like you to put a team together to help me with this. Secondly, I'd like you to fulfill a request for my dad. He came here to see you, didn't he?
Goku, you want me to release that guy? I'll have you know that taking someone out of hell who deserves it has never been done before. Well, I suppose that considering the average power level of Otherworld fighters, he's not really much of a threat. Alright, I'll take you to him, but you'll have to convince him yourself. And I would have your word that you would keep him firmly in check.
Oh, don't worry. I've got it all under control. By the way, King Yemma, what's this new patch on my gi?
That is the mark of the Heavenly Patrol, which you are now a part of.
Oh, okay. Neat!
I'll give you a proper briefing later, but right now you have an appointment to keep. Your father's request has been processed. You'll be escorted to Hell right away.
Wow, they told me hell was different for everyone, but I never expected punishment like this. Pretty creative.
Who is that? Kakarot! You rot! Get me down from here and I'll pay you back for what you did to me!
Kakarot?
You really hold a grudge, huh, big guy? Well, I'm not here for you. I'm here for my brother.
What do you care for this piece of trash? He's useless!
Kakarot, I, on the other hand, don't hold a grudge. Just get me away from this oaf. I can't stand another minute of this torture.
What did you call me, you low-class trash?
Well, you're in luck, Raditz. I've made an arrangement with the people upstairs. You should be able to get yourself out of there.
Hey! You'd better get me down from here too, got it? I'm your superior, and you answer to me!
I don't take orders from you anymore, Nappa. Enjoy hanging there for the rest of eternity.
Raditz, you good for nothing whelp! I swear I'll make you pay for this!
What do you say, Raditz? Ready to go?
Not just yet. There's something I need to do first.
Raditz, are you sure you want to do that? You just got your body back.
Oh yes, I'm sure! From now on, I shall never again be branded expendable fodder! My choices will be my own! Prince Vegeta, I'm sorry.
Because of your weakness, we fell behind schedule and have been excluded from the next mission. Careful not to break his scouter, Nappa. It's worth more than he is.
You got it, Prince.
I spent my entire life beneath the heel of others, being told I was worthless, even by my own comrades. Eventually, I believed them and resigned myself to my fate as a lower-class warrior. But when Nappa told me you defeated him, I couldn't believe it. In only a year since we fought, you gained enough power to topple an elite. Incredible! And if you're only here now, you must have found a way to survive your fight with Prince Vegeta as well. I've spent a lifetime in this place, and I thought about all the things I've done. All the things I was forced to do. To you, my own brother! Kakarot, I don't expect forgiveness. I just want you to know how proud I am of you. You're proof that even those deemed worthless can become great warriors.
Well, you're right about one thing. I really don't care about any of that low-class stuff, and I'd never let it get in the way of me getting stronger. What happened between us was a lifetime ago, and I can see now that you've really changed. I'm not very good at holding grudges either. I forgive you, Raditz, and I hope you can forgive me for not getting here sooner. Raditz, you have a lot more in you than you know, and I'm just the guy to show you. Now, come with me. There's someone you need to thank for getting you out of that cocoon.
Kakarot, I'm not going to thank that big red imbecile. He put me down here.
What? No, that's not who I meant. I won't spoil the surprise. You'll see. Remember, anger is the key to becoming a Super Saiyan for the first time. For me, it was anger of having lost someone I couldn't protect. Think of something that truly angers you.
Kakarot, there's only one thing that makes me truly angry. Back then, I was too weak to save my home, and I lost my life, and my planet. But worst of all,
become someone my sons would be proud of, to see them grow into great warriors!
You did it, Dad! Now, settle down, calm your energy.
Kakarot, when did you... I'm trying, but I can't!
Huh? Kakarot? That's our father, isn't it? Why is he glowing that way?
Why don't you go over there and ask him?
My goodness, Raditz. Look how big you've grown. You must be plenty strong.
Well, it's good to see you, Father. What's happened to you? You've changed.
Well, then I guess the train with your brother did pay off. I finally become a Super Saiyan.
Super Saiyan? As in the legend? Wait, if Kakarot is the one training you, that must mean he too is a Super Saiyan? I'm sorry, this is a lot to take in.
This is just the beginning. Raditz, you're going to learn this and so much more. I'm going to show you both that a Saiyan's power truly has no limits. So, just how long do you suppose you ladies will be hiding behind my house?
Yeah, Gine. Let's just go and talk to them already.
Shh. Not yet, Chi-Chi. Let the boys have their moment.
Back on Earth, many years later.
All right, boys. I'm ready when you are. And don't hold back. I want to see how much progress I've made these past 2 years.
2 years? Man, the clock really ticks faster when you're old. Well, you heard him, Oob. Let's give the man what he wants.
I suggest we smother him from the outset. I feel an immense amount of energy from him already. But what I want to know is if his reflexes and battle senses have improved as well.
Here I come, Gohan!
That's enough, Oob. I don't think we're gonna catch him off guard today. Not bad, Gohan. Not bad at all.
Oh, come on, Goten. You're giving up already? We almost had him.
Don't make me laugh. At the rate you're going, it'll take you all day to land a single meaningful blow. Take a break, Oob. Let me tag in.
Nice of you to make it, Mr. Capsule Corp CEO. I thought you were a no-show. Stuck in another investor meeting?
Shut it, Goten. Like I'd missed this. I'm eager to see what Gohan's been doing these past 2 years. Let's have Gotenks test him out.
Fusion! Let's see how you deal with Gotenks. Now, let's turn it up a few notches. This is Gotenks at his current maximum. Think you can put up a decent fight?
It's funny that the bravado only shows after you two have fused. But yeah, I think I can keep up. I'll show you my full power as well.
It's powering up. We're a little rusty, but as a fused fighter, we have the edge, no matter how strong it's gotten.
No way! This is unreal!
Gohan, you have completed your training. Powerful as you were, even I could not have predicted that this would be the result. The depths of your power are boundless. It is certainly true that you are beyond your prime years physically, but your body remembers what it was at its peak. Now, when you tap into your ultimate form, dig deeper still. Remember what it is you fight for, and trust that your body will give you all the power you need.
I expected a power-up, but I never imagined this. It's as if your body's like it was at its peak, but with decades of training behind it. I hate to say this, but I'd rather not draw this out. What do you say we go all in?
Fine by me. I doubt I can hold my current state for long anyway. Let's promise to keep the mess to a minimum, all right?
Mess to a minimum, huh? With that much power, I wonder if that's even possible. Let's hope they're as good at control as they are with their flashy power-ups.
Oh man, I can't feel anything. Maybe I should have taken that meeting instead.
Well, it's good to know that the training wasn't for nothing. Oh, and nice control, you guys.
I gotta say, Gohan, I didn't expect there to be this much of a gap between us. Even fused, we barely even...
Do you really enjoy rubbing salt into your own wounds that much, Goten?
Come on, Trunks, I'm just impressed. Even now, you're still getting stronger. Dad would be so proud of you.
Goten.
Don't forget, we're visiting Mom and Dad today. Trunks and I will get the others together, but you can head over first.
Right.
See you in a bit.
You never cease to amaze me. Later, Gohan.
Hey, guys. He'd be proud of all of us.
Thanks, Gohan.
Hey, Gohan. If you don't mind, could I come with you?
Not at all, Lube. Let's go.
Master Goku, I can't begin to thank you for all you've done, but I can start with what you did for me. When I met you, I was so unsure of myself. I was scared because I didn't understand why I was so different from everyone else. Even though you just met me, you gave up years of your life to train me because you saw something in me. You helped me accept who I really was and showed me that I could use my power to be a force for good. You are family, Goku, and you always will be. Those are all the words I could find this time. Thanks for letting me go first, Gohan.
No problem. And wonderfully spoken, Oob. Mom, Dad, I miss you. I never imagined that being without the both of you would be so hard. It always seemed like we had so much time to be a whole family. But then suddenly, there wasn't any time left. Dad, even after Mom passed, you still found ways to smile. In some ways, I feel like you drew closer to us since then. But before I knew it, you were gone too. I've done my best to use what you both have taught me, but I often wonder what you'd think if you were still here.
They wouldn't want to see you moping around over their deaths, Gohan. That's for sure. I didn't know Chi-Chi well, but I can see the values she taught you through the man you've become. But your father, on the other hand, him I knew well. Even as a dedicated fighter, Goku's intentions were always of the purest nature. Through him, lives have been changed and saved, mine among them. However, he certainly wasn't perfect, and over time he began to realize that there were lessons he had to learn. Lessons all of you have taught him through example.
How can you be so sure, Piccolo?
A few days before he died, he came to me. He spoke of all of you at length, as if he needed someone to hear his last thoughts. And so I did. He told me he was certain that the Earth would be safe, so long as the lesson you taught him was passed on.
And what lesson's that, Piccolo?
Yeah, Piccolo. Spill the senzu beans already.
That there is no greater reason to pursue strength than to protect your family from anything that may harm them. Gohan, Goku realized that that is something you've always known instinctively. In you, he saw a balance between a warrior, a parent, and even as a friend. And you've shared this with everyone around you.
Hey, Dad. Grandpa Gohan.
Easy does it, Mom.
Thank you, dear. I'll be just fine.
Hey, son. Everyone, you made it.
Hey, everyone! Father was right. There isn't a greater reason to get stronger than to protect our families. You're my best friend, Piccolo. And you're also a part of my family.
Kakarot, I assure you that even with you gone, the Earth will be safe. You have my word.
Oh, you don't have to worry about that, Vegeta. The Earth is in good hands right now. Between your family and mine, I know our home will be safe from whatever comes. They've kept up with their training, that's for sure. Gosh, I'm just so proud of them all.
Hey yo guys, and I hope you enjoyed the complete story of Old Man Goku. Special thanks to the amazing voice cast. The dub-up, Monty Thompson, Adriann Santer, Prince Vegeta, Chi-Chi Smash, and Mondo Cool. With support from the amazing Rising Fist Patreon members. Donta Johnson, Prod by Rose, Douglas Lambert, Aaron Reichenberger, Sacred Saiyan, Heisenberg, Afro Shogun, Jacob Warden, Aria Rosati, Jared Schoolcraft, Lee Urquidez, Ernest Berry, No Name, James Wycliffe, Sergeant Boomer, Luke Williams, Brandon Stella, Fizzy, Nick Latz, Sin Overlord 17, and Mark Sue. And finally, thank you to the talented Teira Nova for helping to bring the colors of the original Old Man Goku story to life. Subscribe if you're new, thank you very much for watching, leave us a like, and I will see you all very soon in the next one. Peace.